Hi, this is Rachel in the Library with LadyViolet, Lady Violet, sorry, and this is my vlog for In My Mailbox. I haven't ever done one of these, so here's how things go. Let's see. Right, first off, this is for all the books I've bought in April so far, since I haven't done anything on my blog recently, so I thought I'd do a quick recap of everything. There's quite a few bookshops near me, and I love going around them. I have first book I've got is Shields of Pride by Elizabeth Chadwick. I love all of her books. Historical fiction is one of my favourite genres, and I have a lot more of her books up on my shelf there. Went to my local Oxfam bookshop, where they have pretty good books, really cheap if you're lucky. I got Spindle's End by Robin McKinley. This is, I think, the third book by her that I've read. I read Beauty recently, and that was really good. I also bought Daphne du Maurier, The Flight of the Falcon, and also Parasites. I have a lot of Daphne's books. I've been sort of collecting them for the last few months, and these are two that I didn't have, so grabbed them while they were there. Went to my university bookshop recently, where they have Wordsworth edition classics, which are super cheap, and it's brilliant. So I bought 3 books. I bought Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas. I read The Count of Monte Cristo earlier this year, which was amazing, and I really recommend that you read that, although it is like about this big. I also bought The Lost World and Other Stories by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I have all of the Sherlock Holmes books, and thought his science fiction stories looked quite interesting. And I also bought the collected stories of Catherine Mansfield, because I thought I wanted to read more female classic authors, so I'm sort of collecting them as I find them. I also went to my favourite chain bookstore, Waterstones, and indulged myself on the 3 for 2 offers, which are deadly, really they are. I bought Dreaming of Amelia by Jacqueline Moriarty. I have read one of her other books, Finding Cassie Crazy, which I loved, so I'm really quite looking forward to reading this one, and hopefully I can get some more of her books in the future. I also bought Ash by Melinda Lowe. I've read this already, and it's wonderful for what a tiny little book it is, and really, isn't that gorgeous? Yes, it is. And I also bought The Splendid Falls by Rosemary Clement Moore. I didn't have really any idea what this was about, but I'd seen it and thought it looked interesting, so I bought it, and I've read it already this morning, from about 1 AM till 5 in the morning, but it was totally worth it. Really good book. Creepy, yeah, really quite just good. Sorry, clarity is not my strong point. I also bought some other books, but they're back at home. I got a copy of Beauty by Robin McKinley, and I also got a copy of The Rescue by Nicholas Sparks, which I have. It's one of his books that I don't have. I have a lot of his books, but I love his work, usually because just how it makes you cry at the end, which is always pretty good. I've been to Waterstones as well another time this month, and more 3 for 2s. I bought Perfect Chemistry by Simone L. Calise, which I read pretty much straight away and loved. I need more of her books. I do. I also bought The Return Nightfall by L.J. Smith, which is the 5th Vampire Diaries book. I've read the first 4, so I'm interested to see where it's going, although I've heard mixed reviews about it. I also bought The Forest of Hands and Teeth by Carrie Ryan, which I have read, although it didn't quite live up to my expectations. but I'm hoping perhaps the Dead Lost Waves will be better if I get older, whenever I get hold of a copy. And I also won an ebook from Library Things early reviews scheme called The Heart of Stone by C. Murphy, which was surprisingly good considering I had not really much clue what it was about. So that was pretty good, and I may have to buy myself an actual hard copy of it in the future. Right, well, that's all the books I've had so far in April. And what did you get in your mailbox this week?